Okay, so Grockbot. That's the thing your whole feed won't shut up about right now, and I'm gonna be so real with you. If you already live in Claude Code or Codex, this is a waste of your time. I'll spoil the ending right now. You already own everything in this box. And the wild part is the tool isn't even the. Okay, no, actually, the tool's fine. The problem is how many solo devs are about to get yanked sideways by it. Let's get into it. Okay. So, what this thing actually is, because the pitch sounds massive and the product is, to be frank, smaller than the pitch. Grockbot is as XAI's take on the agent crew idea. You spin up a bunch of agents right out of the box, give each one a personality, a job, and they all live together on a shared virtual computer that keeps running after your laptop's closed. They talk on that machine, they share files on that machine. You get the idea. And that machine is that's the part that actually matters. The machine is the product, not the agents, not the skills, not the routines. Every one of those already exists in the harnesses you run today, and everything impressive in the demos. And they're genuinely impressive. That's the trap. Optimized for the screenshot, not for real work. Traces straight back to that one always on box underneath. And credit where it's due, the wrapping is genuinely slick. The iOS app is nice. It hooks into Slack, GitHub, the whole Google situation. And honestly, a lot of it just works. And I recognize the shape immediately because this is literally my day to day. My agents run on OpenClaw and Hermes, Pi on the side when I want to experiment with something weird, all of it wired into Slack. So when I say Grockbot is the same idea with a shinier coat of paint, I'm comparing it against the thing sitting open in my other window right now. And I'm not mad at polish. I'm mad at what it costs you, and we'll get there. Then you hit the locks, and the first one's right there in the name. It's the Grockbot. I mean that literally. Grok is the only brain you get. Every agent in your crew runs the same model. No mixing, no matching. And if you caught my video on splitting judgment work from grind work, you know half the reason my setup works is that it's harness first, model second. OpenClaw and Hermes don't care whose model sits underneath, and the models are actually different. Different taste, different eagerness, different failure modes. The scary refactor goes to the big frontier brain. The boring bulk goes to the cheap fast one that isn't a token muncher, right model for the job. Grockbot deletes that entire move at the door. Whatever the lab ships is what your whole crew runs. And for me, that's not a quirk. That's honestly disqualifying. Fight me on that one. But I don't think I'm wrong. And then the pricing, and pricing always tells you what the lab's actual bet is. The shared virtual computer, the thing the entire pitch stands on, sits gated behind the top cursor tier, a serious monthly spend, the kind you actually feel as a solo dev, to unlock the one part that makes it the product. Are you kidding me? Sell me the machine or don't, you know? You've done that math on a pricing page before, right? Where the feature you came for sits exactly one tier above the money you were willing to spend. That's this. And that, in and of itself, kind of tells you the whole story. Just real quick, I'm Daniel. Been in the iOS trenches a long time now, longer than I like to admit, honestly. Freelance UI work first, then full on dev, bouncing between whatever client thing landed that month. Then Dub 25 happened, and I went all in on solo. And I've shipped a whole pile of my own apps since, most of them in public, a couple that nobody ever downloaded. And none of it's weekend MVPs or AI slop. The point is apps you can open back up way down the line and change without dread. These days, pretty much everything I've got goes into Crafter's Lab and not a tutorial site. Definitely not another AI clone farm. It's a live workshop. Slack's the room, me building in the open, agents in the mix, the crew right there. It's for solo devs who use AI like a real teammate, not a vending machine. And probably not for you if you just want the fast MVP thing, which is fine. There's plenty of that going around. Oh, and if you're still over on Patreon, thank you, genuinely. Everything's moved to crafterslab.dev now. Come be part of the crew. All right, now the actual question, the one the hype never quite gets around to. If you already know Claude Code or Codex, what exactly is Grockbot handing you? Walk the checklist with me, because I did, and not gonna lie, I wanted something to survive it. A crew of agents, A new thread is a new agent. That's the entire ceremony. A personality and a specialty each. That's a skill pointed at a job, and you've probably got a folder of those sitting there, half organized right now. You don't lie. Agents talking to each other. Claude literally does agent to agent now. That's shipped. It's in the harness you're already paying for, and the models are smart enough now that you don't need a wrapper orchestrating any of this. You just talk to them. So the checklist just empties out as you read it down, and all that's left at the bottom is the always on machine and the fact that somebody else did your setup for you. And my honest confession on the agent to agent thing, because that's the feature everyone gasps at. I run an actual army of agents through one Slack channel, real work and real code bases every single day, and they almost never need to talk to each other. The handoffs move through documents. A brief goes in, a session note comes out, the next agent picks it up. And it took me way too long to see that's not a workaround. It's better because you can read a handoff afterwards and you cannot read telepathy. Now, maybe your setup genuinely needs live agent chatter and I'm drawing the line wrong. Tell me below if so, because I keep waiting for that use case to show up in my own work and it keeps not showing up. And the setup itself, I wired that whole thing up myself. No wrapper, no concierge. And it's a genuinely massive setup at this point. Parts of it were straight up obnoxious to get right. It cost me real time and real frustration before it started paying me back, which is exactly why I can price what Grockbot is actually selling. Not agents, not intelligence. The finished setup, the skipped weekend. And here's the uncomfortable part. The kind of dev who wants an agent crew badly enough to pay top tier for one is, come on, be honest. Exactly the kind of dev who could wire it up themselves. If you genuinely never want to touch a config file, fine. Enjoy it, no judgment from me. But if you've got a terminal open right now and a half-written skill sitting in a folder somewhere, this probably isn't for you, and I think you knew that before you clicked. So, here's the part I actually care about, because it's bigger than this one tool. The hype cycle keeps doing this exact thing to solo devs, right? Every launch shows up fighting for your mind share, dressed as the new thing you have to learn, and learning. It feels like progress because it's motion, but it's sideways motion. And here's the tell. Your harness already meets you where you live, the terminal, your machine. Grockbot asks you to move into its house. Instead, you were getting deep in Claude Code, like actually getting good, and suddenly you're a beginner again, voluntarily, inside a tool that does what your current one already does. And the reset is paid in the one currency you can't top back up, your depth. So don't learn Grockbot. Steal from it tonight even. The one real idea in the box is that a crew with defined roles beats a single overloaded chat, so build that where you already live, spin up a fresh thread next to your main one, scope each agent to a single job with its own skill, and move the work between them through a document. Brief in, session note out, not telepathy. Stupid simple. And that's kind of the point. And that's the entire Grockbot experience right there, minus the model lock, minus the top tier toll, running on the harness you already own and the sub you already pay for. My version's the whole army reporting into one Slack channel. Full deep dive and walkthrough of the setup inside the lab so you can lift it instead of deriving it. And whatever earns its keep goes straight into the ops lab team space in Notion. So you're pulling from the live version, not a snapshot. And I'll put a prediction on the record because I'm fairly sure about this one. Every harness that gets real traction is going to get a polished wrapper from one of the labs, and every wrapper sells the same trade. Convenience going in, lock-in coming out. The devs who sail through it are the ones who built the setup skill once, because the skill transfers and the sub doesn't. What I'm still chewing on, though, and this is the part I can't dunk on, setup friction is real. My frustrating weekend was real. And Grockbot existing at all is proof. Plenty of people will pay serious money to never touch a config file. And I don't have the answer for making that first setup painless yet, genuinely. So, where do you land? Is done for you ever worth the lock-in? Because I've got my answer for me, and I'm way less sure it's the answer for everyone. So, yeah, if you're still here, you're exactly who I made this for. And pulling it together, Grockbot isn't a scam. It's not even a bad product. It's just not for you because everything it sells is already sitting in your terminal, wearing less marketing. And don't just take my word for it either. That's kind of the whole point. Run the checklist yourself next time the feed starts screaming about the new agent thing, because the question is never whether it's impressive, it's whether it does anything your stack can't. And most weeks, the honest answer is no. Depth compounds, hype resets, and the harnesses you already own are the worst they'll ever be, so go deeper, not sideways. That's the whole game right now, and honestly, it's a great game to be playing solo. And if you actually want to go deeper on any of this, come check out crafterslab.dev. Built it myself. I dog food it every single day, and it's harness agnostic on purpose. Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, whatever ships next. Which, after this video, is kind of the whole point, right? It's not a tutorial dump. It's not another one of those AI clone farms. It's a live workshop. I made it for solo devs who treat AI like an actual teammate, not just a button you smash when you're stuck. And I'll be real with you, it's not some polished product, and you'll probably ignore a good half of it and live in the two corners that fit how you build, which is fine, honestly. That's kind of how it's supposed to work. And yeah, full walkthroughs, real to the point video tutorials, plus the actual files, skills, agent instructions, the stuff you'd otherwise build from scratch. You download them, drop them straight into a project, and go. Members jump into the comments, ask follow-ups. We go back and forth until the thing actually clicks. Real threads about real work. You get the idea. And all of it syncs straight into Slack, which is where the crew actually lives. My agents are in there too, the same army from this video, posting what they shipped into the channel while everyone builds. And it genuinely feels like everyone's in the same room. And you'd be right in it. That's the part to picture. The real core, though, is the Notion team spaces. My playbook first, and fair warning, it's kind of massive. There's no clean front door, way more in there than I could walk you through here. But that's exactly why it's worth it, because it's not really a doc library you go read. It's the actual command center where my whole AI team works. The PM writes up the tasks and drops in the research to make the app better. The builder picks those up and ships from there, and everyone leaves session notes as they go, so nothing gets lost, handing off from one agent to the next. Context management really is the name of the game with agents, and this is what it looks like as a place. Every agent walks in already knowing what happened before it showed up, and credit where it's due. Most of what's good in there the agents wrote, the PM's briefs, the builder's notes. I mostly read the handoffs and stay out of the way. It's the live ops of the studio, updating as I build, and Notion's the room they all work in. Explore it, steal from it, remix any piece of it into your own setup, and once you watch a team run like that, you kind of get why I don't build alone anymore. Then Swift Brain, the Swift and Swift UI vault I put together by hand, out of deep sources, paid courses, live sessions, real project notes. The niche things you'd otherwise spend a whole year hunting for. No fluff, no copy-paste blog stuff. It's the stuff I actually reach for when I'm building. Inside, there's the Swift Brain database itself with the articles, transcripts, and references. The AI Swift Skills database with executable agent instructions for the genuinely hard UI work, complex animation, custom effects, and Apple UI Brain, curated screenshots and interface references, so the agents pull from real taste instead of guessing. The move is to duplicate the database you actually need into your own workspace, not the whole dashboard, and hand your agent the link. Notion AI, Claude Code, Cursor, Codex, anything MCP enabled. It's kept current by hand, the kind of thing you're not scraping out of any model's training data. And Ops Lab, the operations library behind everything, the blueprint I open when a new app starts, the skill I point an agent at when the UI work gets hairy, the instructions that make an agent behave like a teammate instead of a search box. Every one of them already ran on a real project. It's not really a folder of files, it's more like a library of my teammates. Substantive changes land as new dated versions linked to what came before. So you're watching the systems evolve instead of just downloading the finished thing. Pull them in, copy them, break them properly, rebuild them into your own. The point being, you're not buying my setup, you're learning the way I work, and your agents learn it right alongside you. Oh, and fresh in the lab right now, and it's literally this video's topic, so full walkthrough of how my agents coordinate without ever talking to each other, the whole handoff pattern, briefs, and session notes moving between roles, ready for you to lift straight into your own setup instead of paying anyone for telepathy. So come be part of the crew, actually part of it. What changes when you're in is you stop building in a vacuum. You get the room, the crew, the agents, and someone to swap notes with the moment the thing you're building gets weird. The crew's still small and properly hands-on, and prices are going to move as it grows. So now's kind of the sweet spot. Take that as you will. And honestly, it feels way more like a behind-the-scenes dev lounge than some giant faceless forum. So come hang out. Let me know what you're building. I genuinely read all of it. Keep crafting, keep